It's Friday, lots going on here at the new worship and ministry facility. You're looking at the doors that are entering from the parking lot. And this whole area here would be the new narthex, the new entrance area. So it's a lot bigger, probably moving back here, probably about 4 times the size of our current one. You can kind of see, you walk in the main doors, you got the office there has got an entrance window to the narthex, and the people in the office can kind of see what's going on. And then the main doors to the worship space. And we'll walk right along. Above the main doors, you see these 2 areas that are covered in paper and paint above these 2 double doors. Those are where the stained glass windows from the church are being installed. So there will be 2 of the stained glass windows above the entrance into the worship space. So we should just go in the worship space then and take a look. So you can see the worship space is well under construction. The ceiling there is about as high as our current ceiling to the exit sign above our doors in our current sanctuary. You can kind of see from the doors here. So the doors here are maybe 7 feet, and it keeps going up and up and up to the ceiling. And it's a large space for a couple hundred people if needed. And this wall, this view here kind of shows you the direction we are planning on arranging our chairs for worship. A nice big wall for us to figure out how to decorate, and perhaps if our grant comes through, to do projection. And this is the end of the worship space. There will be nice dividers going across there so that the other groups that use the building who have their equipment out, it won't be seen. So we'll have a nice clean worship space. You can imagine now the chairs kind of arranged facing the wall with an altar there and lectern, all the good things. So a nice big space for us. And this back part, we're thinking of setting up the round tables for coffee hour, so people can just do coffee hour in the same space we worship, and we'll bring the coffee and things over on carts. And it would be a nice chance for everyone to just be able to stay in the same space, worship again the wall and our entrance, and again above the entrance where the 2 stained glass windows are being repurposed. So let's just walk along, and we'll go out one of these front exit doors. And you're looking here, well, you lead into an area that's going to be a little lounge with a couple of simple couches. If people are just having a simple meeting or doing a small Bible study, can be there. And it's one of the emergency exits out the rear of the hallway here. And this is one of our bathrooms. It's next to the Danny's area where she'll be doing Kind-Hearted Crew, and so it's a handicap accessible bathroom. And this one's got a built-in shower to give us flexibility on our ministry. You can see that there. And here's again the lounge, and then we'll go ahead and enter our community space where we'll be doing food and clothing and our thrift store and all those things. And there's hookups here for washer dryer if people need to do their clothes and don't have any other options. And walking along, it's a big L-shaped room for Kind-Hearted Crew. It has its own private entrance if needed. It'll be a sidewalk and stairs going out all the way to the sidewalk on that's 72nd Avenue. That's our power station. We'll go ahead and landscape around that. All right, and here's the rest. You can see how long the room is. Again, for food and clothing and thrift store for our operations through Kind-Hearted Crew and other ministries. That back door here is just storage for some of our groups. All right, you can see the storage and an emergency exit. This is hallway here. And this hallway on the right leads to what's kind of our version of the fellowship hall, multi-purpose space. It's got two big double doors entering from the narthex, another door from the hallway outside of the worship space. And you'll see this one's got two pass-throughs, so if we're pulling dishes in or sending dishes out, we can operate in two different spaces. Now let's go ahead and look at the kitchen. The kitchen's probably 3 or 4 times the size of our current kitchen, so lots of space. It's designed as a kitchen, unlike the one in Munson Mueller, which was really just an expanded hallway. Lots of room. It comes already with storage cabinets and a sink and room for refrigerators and other such things. Nice, lots of space. You can kind of, I'll go in the corner so you can get a bit better sense of the size of the room. As I said, it's a fairly big room, so that's good. Lots of flexibility there. And again, this door here leads out into that space where the Kind Hearted Crew is going to be. And this door here leads out again into that little lounge area. All right, so the multi-purpose space, you get a sense, like I said, lots of room to do all kinds of events and things. And the main doors here, we'll go through those. So from here, you've got, see the doors for the worship space, and there's the narthex. This is a room we're setting aside for a nursery if it's needed, or an extra room to classes or whatever. And it's got its own bathroom inside, right? Sink, bathroom, the bars, everything. And just a little, we got the multi-purpose closet with the water heater. And then bathrooms. Sorry, there's no lights. We're not hooked up to electricity yet, but here's another bathroom. And then here's the largest of the bathrooms. Can't really see it. It's kind of dark. Yeah, but it's this is the ladies' bathroom, and it's got 1, 2, 3, 4 stalls. We'll get power here hopefully soon, and we'll be able to do a little bit better. So now we're just going to go on the east hallway. So again, narthex, main entrance to the church, office, entrance to the worship space. Going along, and this is the office. So there's that window into the narthex, and front windows to the church. Plenty of space for everything. And then this is the great, this is another multi-purpose space. It's about a double-sized room. It's got all the windows in it. And there's lots of different things. We can use this for group meetings, workshops, almost anything if we need a room. Keep going along. This is the hallway on the east of the sanctuary. So we go from that big multi-purpose room. This is another storage room. All right. And then this is the sacristy, which is finally got enough space. This is where we prep for communion, and we store our worship stuff that goes on the altar and that we use for our different worship services. Got a sink and things. Moving along, another bathroom. You can see this one a little better. It's got all the safety bars and things. Side door to the worship space. Oh, excuse me, guys, just gonna sneak by. There we go. So this is where the choir and the music stuff's gonna be, right next to opens into the worship space. You see that? And there's one more bathroom you can kind of see across the hallway there. So the choir room right next opens up into the worship space. We'll be able to store all of their music and equipment and things, and then we're back in the worship space and get a sense of it again. So if you look where that ladder is, that's the area we're thinking of putting the round tables for coffee hour. And then here on the west side, facing this big wall, maybe in like semicircles sort of set up, we'll have our worship space. If our grant comes through, we'll have the ability to do some projection. You can kind of imagine the chairs and everything facing an altar. And then we're working with some folks on ideas for decorating this wall to make it a more holy and inviting space for worship. So it's Pastor Keith, and this has been just a quick tour in kind of the unlit, unpowered at the moment sanctuary. I'm going to do stop the video for a second, and we'll catch up with the outside. So from the outside looking in, this is the main entrance to the church. Once the last layer of asphalt is down, it'll be nice and smooth. See, there's the steps come right from the parking lot right up to the door. So for folks that are using walkers or folks with strollers or other devices, it's a smooth walk from the parking lot up into the building. Nice and easy. The area now where you're looking where the cement is, so take a few steps back, that's going to be covered in a canopy that's going to be installed here in the next few weeks to protect folks when they leave their cars coming in from the rain. And the design along the church you see in the white, that design follows all the way around the building to make it's kind of a neat little art design, but it's going to blend in. There's going to be a 30-foot high cross tower that if you're walking along the sidewalk, that's going to be poured, right? So there'll be a walkway all along the base of the building. Not quite there yet, but we're getting there. But here you see these 4 cement pillars base here, right? So right here, 1, 2, and there's 2 more. Those are the base for the tower, and the sidewalk will go under that tower and then around the building, and also connect to the sidewalk along 72nd. So if you're coming in this way, you'll walk through the cross tower. If you can imagine, you see those two bases right here and here. You'll walk through the tower towards those main doors. And you can see the side of the building, right? This is what you'd see if you're coming along 72nd. So we have that cross design on the building in the center. So if you can look here, you kind of see the side where this is where the walkway around the building. So right now we're on the east side of the building, right? So that's these are the windows for that large multi-purpose room, conference room, office kind of thing. And this will all be concrete. See the building, it's on crawl space, and this will all be landscaped along here, hedging. They're finishing the stucco. Here's another one of those exits. So this actually enters into the choir room, and this hallway goes right here, goes down to the worship space. So the walkway will continue. We're in the back of the building now. I think you can kind of see it. The back, these are the AC units. Each section of the building has got a AC unit that goes to it. And walking along. And then here's where the stairs are going to be going up to one of those emergency exits. This is the hallway that goes to the lounge, and along on the left side is the kitchen, and the right side is the big worship space. This will all get landscaped in the end. So in front of us now is 72nd. All right, so we're finishing that move. Lots of construction still going on. Sorry for the noise. They're busy right now. They're hooking up the water for the fire department, and all that kind of stuff. You see that door there? There will be stairs, of course. So that's the door that goes directly to the kind-hearted crew space that you saw. And again, that's 72nd. And it'll give you an idea of the big. This is the back of the building, looking towards the east. So a last look. This is the unfinished parking lot looking towards the building. So we're looking south. The parking lot still has a lot to do with it. Curbs and a final coat of asphalt, and the lighting, right? The light poles aren't put in yet in those areas where you see them working right now. They're digging around one of these 4 islands where there'll be the lights and landscaping, kind of looking then to the east. And kind of behind those cars, you can kind of see there's the area where the trash bin will be is enclosed in concrete and will have doors. So there'll be landscaped islands, parking lot lighting, a lot more lighting than we have now, that's for sure. And then looking along 72nd, and the area here past this big trash thingy construction, this is where the entrance will be, right? They haven't put, that'll be one of the last things that goes in, the new entrance. And that'll about wrap it up for this tour. A lot more once we, a couple of weeks from now, we won't even recognize this video. So, but this is Pastor Keith, and just showing you a little bit about the progress of the construction.